Perhaps you've heard that it's difficult, if not impossible, to get a real estate deal together today. We talk to folks trying to sell homes every day, and we hear the same thing. How do we get a contract to closing? Both sellers and their agents are frustrated by a lot of things in this market. Even when there are enough buyers looking, offers aren't being made. Those offers that are being made are lowball in nature. Everybody wants a deal, and mortgage lenders are, well, to put it kindly, difficult at best to work with. All of these challenges make it difficult to get from the point where a listing is taken and the home is put on the market to the closing table, where you have the financing in place for your real estate transaction. A successful real estate transaction is becoming more and more elusive for buyers and sellers alike. As we talk to both home sellers and real estate professionals, we often find that they feel they don't have all the answers to the mortgage puzzle anymore. How can you fit all the pieces together and really make the transaction happen where everybody can win? In fact, and unfortunately, too many folks have resigned themselves to the additional headaches that are far too common in today's market. Many people have thrown up their hands and decided this is just how it is, and they either don't sell or worse, they give up and go to the sidelines, giving up on their goal of moving on from their current real estate situation. Allow me to take a minute and introduce myself. My name's Dylan Kramer, and I believe you have the right to know the credentials of the person delivering this information. I'm the branch manager of Paycor Mortgage's Oak Brook office, and I applaud you for concerning yourself enough about the financing of the real estate transaction to make sure that you view this video in its entirety. I welcome any questions or concerns that you may have after you review the whole thing. There are big problems out there in today's market, folks, and you don't have to let them slow you down. You can get your transaction put together and then approved so that buyers get into the property you're selling far more quickly than you think. You can get a better result. The question is how. Because to sell your home quickly, you have to have a different plan than everybody else. You have to think differently. Keep in mind that market value is defined by a price the home should sell for when it's on the market for 1 to 3 months in today's market. However, the zone for top dollars is the area between 3 and 5 weeks where you should try to get and accept a solid offer, because that window is where you're going to enjoy the maximum exposure and buyer interest. Beyond 5 weeks, your home will increasingly be viewed as a stale listing, and you're going to have a history of being rejected by other home buyers, even if they haven't seen your home. So there's going to be less interest, less showings, less offers, and less likelihood you're going to get top dollar. You have to do everything you can to sell quickly. And do you really think more price cuts are going to get the job done? Nobody wants to talk price cuts. Sellers don't. They want the impact on the bottom line to not be driven by price cuts. And agents don't want price cuts. It's a very tough conversation to have after setting a listing price and expectations. Ask yourself if you're a seller or a selling agent. Do you really want to do this again? So now the question comes up, what do you have to do to get a house moving? Focus on the financing is the answer. Financing is what's moving inventory in today's market, team. A seller-funded buydown creates a permanently lower payment for the buyer by reducing their interest rate permanently. This lower payment does 2 things. First, it makes your home much more attractive to the buyer. As you can see here, by reducing the monthly payment for your home, it's far more attractive than a similar home in the same area. It makes you much more likely to sell. Think about it like this. In many neighborhoods and subdivisions, there's enough inventory for homes that are almost identical. So which would you rather purchase of these 2 homes? Remember that a $10,000 cut in price can save the buyer $65 a month. So as a seller, $10,000 means a lot of money, but to a buyer, it just doesn't mean that much when converted to a monthly payment. The seller-funded buydown can also expand your buyer pool. The lower monthly payment allows more people to be able to financially afford to buy your home and increase the amount of exposure it gets. Remember, the home you're trying to sell has several problems that can keep it from getting top dollar in today's market. First, it's competing in a home with lots of inventory. Second, distressed sales like foreclosures, short sales, and other price reductions are in the marketplace. You have to compete with them, and to do so effectively, you can use a seller-funded buydown. Paycor Mortgage can help you package your home for sale with its financing. Too many home sellers today are not combining financing. When you use our system and you put your home on the market, and we provide you with the financing information, including financing flyers, your realtor communicates this to the multiple listing service to let folks know your home's cheaper than the competition's, and you're showcasing the lower payment, you get a contract for sale. We also then help ensure the compliant contract for the sale of the home to make sure that there are no problems, snags, or issues when you get towards the closing table. How do we do it, you may ask? It's pretty simple. The buy down is really not a new product or idea. It was used to help sell homes when interest rates were really high decades ago. We've just updated it for this 21st century market. So look, you need to get a plan to get out of the home selling maze. Focus on combining financing with your house for sale. You're going to be more attractive, again, to a bigger pool of home buyers. When you combine your home for sale with the financing, you'll watch your market activity take off. We can sit down with you and run the numbers so that the home you are trying to sell can have a customized solution. We can show you how much more affordable that home can be and how much more likely you are to sell it far more quickly. If you're interested in more solutions, less headaches, and more control over the home selling process, contact Dylan Kramer's team. Visit our website at www.dylankramer.com or call us today at 630-833-9333. Call us right now to see how you can employ a seller-funded buy-down. Whether you're selling your own home or represent multiple sellers, call us today and we can help you get in front of this market.